Well, greetings, fellow social media peeps. It is the legendary King Cobra JFS back at it with another video. We have some delicious ingredients. Raw and unfiltered honey, of course. Some turbo yeast, some of that pure cane sugar in our cup, and our freshly cleaned winemaking jars. A brand new airlock. The other one is cleaned, but we're going to use the new one. This is turbo yeast, pure 48. You can make 14% alcohol in volume in 48 hours, but if you wait 5 days, you get 20% alcohol by volume. Now, I take the fruit out of my mead after 10 days or so, and we're going to use the purified water that my troll sent me to help make it. That's what's up. So I'm thinking we start off with 2 cups of that sugar, then we're going to add the honey, then we're going to add the fruit. And I got 4 different fruits that we're going to use. Bananas, mangoes, peaches, and maraschino cherries. I got these winemaking jars. The lid, of course, you want to make sure your little piece right there in the middle is secure and snug. Got to wedge into that hole so this thing will stand straight up without moving. You just put like a little bit of water in there, like up to here, and up here, fill it up through here, and just fill it up right there. Put the cap on, stick that on there. You're good to go. We find a way to prop this shit up. I'm gonna post this on my Facebook, and then I'm gonna post it on YouTube when the ban gets lifted, man. Jones cannot stop this awesome shit right here. Prop it up against that right there, that'll work. Making some homemade wine. It's kind of stuff I do on my YouTube channel. No big deal. I'm not going to risk ban evasion. Second time. So I'll just post videos on a different platform. Charles cannot silence my videos. We got some made here in the good old US of A too. Raw, unfiltered, local hive honey. Let's just stick the whole thing in there. Now what I want to do is I want to make a cherry, peach, banana, mango mead. It is 5 o'clock. I'm going to start by, a mead is basically a wine with honey in it. And you can use pretty much any honey, but I like to use the raw, unfiltered, made in the good old US of A. So let's just dump the whole goddamn jar in that jar right there, the whole goddamn thing. There's a little bit of excess in there, a little bit of dump out in there. I fill up the honey right here, just right here with cold water to rinse out the excess. There were some yeasts you have to like put in like a certain temperature of water. With turbo yeast, this particular brand, you don't have to like preheat the water, you just throw it in there. And turbo yeast does work. I used a similar product for the apple honey mead that I made with the caramels and the cinnamon. Shake it all around. Empty that honey water right in there. Don't want to waste any of that honey, that's good stuff. Do your close-up of that action. What do you think's next? We're going to add 2 cups of pure cane granulated sugar. Then we're going to add our fruit. Then we're going to add our water. Then we're going to stir it around and add our yeast. So keep watching Facebook, because I'm showing you a new hobby I discovered. I really like making my own wine. It's really, really fun. Get rid of that. Don't want to use a juice with preservatives. It doesn't matter as long as you add some kind of fruit to it and it has sugar. Then you can use preservative-laden juices. It works for me anyways. 2 cups of sugar. 1, 2. Next, we're going to add some fruits. We'll start off with our sliced peaches and light syrup. And it doesn't matter if it's in a light syrup or heavy syrup, it's all going to taste the same, like the fruit you that I asked for. So there we go. Dump the whole thing of peaches in there just like that. Oh look, we got some mangoes. They don't got the twist at the top like that, so we're gonna have to use a can opener. And given my track record with such devices, this ought to be entertaining if I can find the fucker. There it is. I'm gonna grab the one that didn't work. Garlic masher. see if this one works better. You gotta admire the determination here. The can openers are such a pain in the ass sometimes, but people act like I'm so retarded because I can't figure out. You know, it's just, it is what it is. Fuck 'em. Expecto come the fuck off. Patronum. Get a fork and just kind of. Oh, you son of a whore. It's almost off. I'm using the fork here because I don't know if I cut myself trying to get this fucking thing open. This is some cunt, ridiculous shit, pardon my French. Wankers! Dun, 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 da, da, da. Trying to make some goddamn delicious wine here, and it's like, no, we don't think so. Some of those can lids, there it goes, we got it. Dun, 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 dun. Determination, patience. Anyways, we're going to add the mango. Look at that, beautiful. This is mango and a blend of concentrate passion fruit juice. It's pineapple juice and apples. It's got mango in it, I don't care, just add it. Diced mango, 100% juice. You wankers. Next, we're going to add cherries. These are the maraschino cherries and heavy syrup. Oh, those smell delightful. Also, if you're offended by me using the C word, I apologize. Wasn't trying to be offensive. And take those cherries, the peaches and the mangoes, the sugar and the honey, and stir that around town. I'll have to just pour the whole damn jar in there. that's going to make a syrupy, sugary mess. I'm going to wash my damn hands off. We got just one more fruit to add to our delicious homemade brew. I'd say this is looking truly magnificent, YouTube, Facebook. Now I need some banana. Start off with 2 bananas, see how I look. Oh shit, homemade wine. Yeah, dude. Just take the fork, chop that little slice like that. Slice is going in there. And we're going to repeat that process. Yeah, looking good. We need to leave room for some liquids. So I'll just stir that around. I'm gonna put 2 more bananas in there and that'll do it. Save these for a snack. So I've got 4 bananas in there. That's a lot of fruit, folks. Perfect amount. I'll give our yeast a feast. And turbo yeast is, it gets the job done. But you can't get a whole, if you don't want to use 1118, you want something that'll do it a little faster. I'm going to cut this with a little bit of water and stir the fuck out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to make some really fucking good mead. Almost said weed. Huh. That's hilarious. No, but seriously. Cherries, peaches, bananas, and mango. I mean, come on. Most of that liquid is from the syrup of the fruits. So we need to stir in some more water in there. So we got one whole bottle in there already. Give it a stir. That is perfectly balanced out with the flavor. I like the way the banana, the peach, the cherry, and the mango are mixing. That is going to be a very delicious one, YouTube. Let's, Facebook, let's throw in another bottle of that water. Oh, like, oh no, Cobra got banned on YouTube. What are we going to do? How will we ever stand it? That's a little full, but we'll have to stir that motherfucker up. Drain some of that excess after we stir it in there. This motherfucker is full, YouTube. I have to make some room for the yeast. Before we do that, though, we're going to stir the water that I poured in there, like 2 bottles worth. Gonna kind of like dilute the syrups in there a little bit. This stuff's going to be tastier than anything you'll get at the liquor store, I'll tell you that right now. Oh, that's looking nice. Ooh. Ooh. YouTube. That's going to be tasty now. Pour into the cup, ain't gonna work, we'll have to sip on it. That is really fucking sweet. And the flavor on that is wild. That'll give it plenty of room to burp. We can always top it off after we've fermented it. But I made a mess. In the process of doing it, we lost 2 little tiny chunks of the mango or peach or whatever, but that's alright. It's just 2 tiny little pieces of fruit. And I'm not putting them back in the jar after they've been, yeah. Now I need to grab a towel and clean this mess up. Good gracious. That should make for a tasty wine, though. The salty language and some of the wine recipes might come out a little weird in flavor. It is what it is. But I don't want that staining my counter, so I'm going to clean it up. Got some on the side of the jar too. I have to wipe that bitch down. Ain't as fancy as a distillery's liquor, but it'll be just a fine. Let's have a smell of it. Oh yes, cherries, peaches, bananas, and mangoes. My 4 favorite fruits in one fucking wine. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be just fucking tasty, YouTube. Facebook. In 5 days, we're gonna check on it, of course. Now, my YouTube fans sent me some of this Alcotech turbo yeast, Pure 48, like we've seen in the video. I want to pour a cup of it in there. Because the turbo yeast, you want to give it plenty of room to burp and do its thing. That's why we had to drain some of that excess. That's perfect, just the way I did that. The flavors and all that are really nice. The jalapeno mead was a little weird, yes. And it seems how that YouTube wants to be a bitch and give me a strike for what? Standing up for myself? When I go to flag the goddamn troll content, YouTube doesn't take their channels down or give them strikes. They just let it happen. But I say something and the fucking trolls mass flag it, and it's like, oh, you can't do that. It's like, fuck you. Kiss my ass. So like 1 cup of yeast for something this big should be enough. After all, it is turbo yeast. Oh, would you look at that? It's practically the whole thing. Yes, sir. Ooh, yeah, that smells good. Now here's the part where we're gonna make the magic happen, people. So aside from the salty language, my fucking apologies. Yeast going in there. Now we're going to take a fork and we're going to stir it. We want a nice clean fork. We're going to wash our cup. We'll just take a spoon, whatever. We're going to grab a spoon and we're going to stir it. Taking that yeast and we're going to stir it into our liquid. Put a lid on it. Making some homemade wine. There's a crack in the lid, so we're going to have some tape to the outside of the lid. Take the lid off, fill it up halfway in the thingamabob with some cold water. Put the lid back on, nice and tight. You know, I got the white lid on here screwed on really tight. You know, we're gonna pop the airlock in here just like that. Stand it up nice and straight. You'll have the airlock in there nice and tight. When you gotta take the little black piece in the middle, and you want to squeeze it and pop it into place. So that when you pop the airlock on there, it's nice and tight. It doesn't like move around or anything. Give it a little bit of room to burp. Let's see how that do. You know, in like 10 days, we're gonna